Hi there everybody and welcome along to the big quiz night in. Hope you're all doing well. We've got another great show lined up for you. Lots of people in the comments as well at the moment, so let's have a little look, see who we've got saying hello this evening. So let's go up. We've got Andy saying, what's up everyone, welcome along. Jan, my good friend, he is there in the chat as well. He's going to be joining us a bit later on officially, thank you. Michelle says she can't join us today, she's got another quiz to do. She's cheating on us, I can't believe it, I'm devastated. Well, I hope to have you back soon. Sue and the Donuts are here as well saying good evening all, and Vernie is there as well with Pete, no doubt, saying good evening all. And we've got Ed as well in the comments saying, hey, welcome to you all. Thank you all for tuning in as always. Just going to twist the camera a little bit there. So we've got a similar lineup to what we've had before. I am bringing back Our Survey Says. I've got a great question for you later on for that one. And another different category for the catchphrase round at the end of the evening as well. But first we've got the kids question and then 3 of our usual quiz rounds coming up. So with that said, that's better. Here we go then with the kids question. Let's see who we've got with us today. Right then, here he is. Is he coming into shot now? You going to stand up? You going to join us?
I'm getting taller, I have to crouch.
Oh, you are getting a bit taller, aren't you? We have to adjust the camera a bit.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll do a little check before next time. You're getting too tall. Yeah.
Just lean against the wall.
Lean against the wall a little bit. Just don't lean against the sign because you might break it. Also in the chat, I should say, I think Millie just popped up to say hello as well. And Ant is there saying hi. And myself and Ju and Vernia and Pete are in 2 locations as usual for Britzillians. Wonderful. Yes, thank you for rejoining us. And yeah, Millie says, hello, I'm here, had tech issues. I thought I nearly did as well this evening, so don't you worry about that. Okay, so we're going to do your question then. As always, have a guess in the comments, A, B, C or D, what you think the answer is for a bonus point. You can add on to your scores throughout the evening if you get this one. So you haven't seen the actual wording of this, so I'll help you with it, okay? So there's the question. So start here.
What is the word of the year for 2023 according to Oxford University Press?
Is it?
A. Swifty. B. Situationship. C. Riz. Or D. De-influencing.
Perfect.
It's surprising how D, the word for D, begins with the sound of the letter D. So D.
De-influencing. So I wonder what it could be. And yes, Lavernia's saying hi, Roo.
Hello.
So have a guess in the comments then, A, B, C or D. What is the answer to this question to give you bonus points?
Oh, I always get confused with this, but I'm going to go that one, the other one there, and the other one there.
It's got to be reversed so that reads correctly, hasn't it? Otherwise that'll be backwards. See, like this. See, it's backwards there, but it's not here.
So there, and there.
This was breaking news over the last day or so, so maybe some of you have heard it, I don't know. Anyone else want to have a guess? Have a guess in the comments. There's a few more of you watching. Everybody's going for C. Andy says, well, I don't know, but I'll go with the flow and say C. All right, okay. Well, let's reveal the answer then, shall we? What is it? The answer is...
This one was easy. It's Riz.
It's Riz.
Sticking out your gap for the Riz in there. You're so skibidi. You're the venom tanks.
I don't know where you get this stuff from, but... Oh, dear Lord. Experience tells me not a rebel, says Andy. And B, Millie went with B, against the flow, but I'm afraid the answer is C. So let's just read off the names of who got it right then. Sue and the Donuts. Vernia. Ju. Yes. Ant. And Andy, yes, that's it. Well done. You get yourself bonus points. Please, obviously, only one One set of bonus points per team. Is it 1 or 2 points you've been doing for these? I keep getting mixed up. Is it 2 for the conundrum? I think it's 2 points for the conundrum, isn't it? And 1 point for this.
Yeah.
Yeah, 1 point. That's it. Right. Okay. So it's Riz, and if you didn't know, Riz is taken from the word charisma. Charisma. That's what it is. So if you hear anybody use it, it's from charisma.
Yeah.
The others were all nominations for this year's Word of the Year, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Riz was the correct answer. So thanks for helping out again, mate, as always.
Helicopter, helicopter.
Bye. Okay then, so you've got your usual countdown conundrum on the screen now. Please do have a go at that as well, but don't say anything more in the comments in terms of answers. Feel free to chat away and say anything you like, but don't guess the answers in the comments for the rest of these 3 quiz rounds. Ant says, Brits only get one as always. Yes. Yeah, you may have all worked it all out, but no, I'm afraid you only get to use it the once. Just to be fair to everybody, of course. But well done. Yes, Riz was the answer. I think it's ridiculous as always with the more recent words of the year. Pretty much always been ridiculous, but hey, that's where we are. So the 3 subjects we're doing tonight then, we have got science and nature, we've got history, and then round 3 is called double D, where all of your answers will be words that are D. 2-word answers. Each word will begin with a D. Okay, so with the science and nature round, as with the history and double D rounds, keep your answers to yourself. I'll read through the questions, make a note of what your answers are, and then I'll do any repeats of questions at the end of each round as always, and we'll see how well you did, because you can then put your team scores in the comments. We celebrate with those who do well and commiserate with those who perhaps didn't do quite so well, but it is just for fun. We're just here to have a laugh, and we've got some game shows at the end, a game show round as always. So here we go with our science and nature round then. Question number 1, which type of bird has the fastest wing beat per minute? Which type of bird has the fastest wing beat per minute? That is question number 1. Okay, question number 2. What does the abbreviation BPM stand for to a nurse or doctor? What does the abbreviation BPM stand for to a nurse or doctor? That one is for a very easy 3 points. If you're paying attention, you'll know why that's very easy. Question number 3. What type of natural disaster caused the deaths of many thousands of people in 14 countries surrounding the Indian Ocean back in 2004? What type of natural disaster caused the deaths of many thousands of people in 14 countries surrounding the Indian Ocean in 2004? Okay, question number 4 then. Question number 4. What names are given to a fully grown male and female deer? 1 point for each, 2 different names. What names are given to a fully grown male and female deer? Question number 5 now. Question 5. Teachings on Desire is a Hindi Sanskrit textbook better known by what name? Teachings on Desire is a Hindi Sanskrit textbook better known by what name? Okay, question number 6 now. Question 6. Which 2 words are used to describe the moon increasing and decreasing in size? 1 point for each, two slightly different words. Which two words are used to describe the moon increasing and decreasing in size? 1 point for each again. Yes, many multiple point questions in this round, and I think the next round, yes, and the next round. Okay, so that's question 6. Question 7, would you weigh more on Earth or on planet Mars? Would you weigh more on Earth or on planet Mars? Question number 8. Now, question 8 is for 3 points. What type of creatures are Max, Snowball, and Tiberius in The Secret Life of Pets? What type of creatures are Max, Snowball, and Tiberius in The Secret Life of Pets? Okay, then the next question. And question number 9, which animals gather collectively in a mob? Is it kangaroos, ferrets, or elk? Which animals gather collectively in a mob? Is it kangaroos, ferrets, or elk? I do have the names for all 3 here if you're curious, but only one of those 3, of course, is a mob. Okay, your next question, and question number 10. Which 3 types of swan are native to the UK? Which 3 types of swan are native to the UK? Very much appreciating all the positive emoji reactions and likes and shares and all that kind of stuff at the moment. As always, those kind of things really do help push this video out to more people and all the lives I do. So please do continue to do that if you haven't done so already for this video. Really appreciate it. I'll remind you again at the end. Question 11 in our science and nature round now. Question 11. What is the name of Elon Musk's space exploration corporation? What is the name of Elon Musk's space exploration corporation? Question number 12 now. This is for 3 points. Which 3 creatures are mentioned in titles of UK hit singles by Culture Club, by Pink Fong, and by George Michael? Which 3 creatures are mentioned in titles of UK hit singles by Culture Club, by Pink Fong, and by George Michael? 1 point for each. Again, there are 3 different creatures for that one. Right, question number 13 now. Question 13. Which creature is the only species where the male carries the unborn offspring? Which creature is the only species where the male carries the unborn offspring? Two more questions to go in this round, both multiple point questions. This one, question 14. What is measured with a Geiger counter, a hygrometer, or hygrometer, I guess, and a seismograph? What is measured with a Geiger counter, a hygrometer or hygrometer, and a seismograph. 3 different things: Geiger, hygro, and seismo. What are they measuring? Geiger counter, hygrometer, and seismograph. Question number 15 now. This is the final question in this round. And remember, you're running out of time to work out the countdown conundrum down here. If you can work that out, you get an extra 2 bonus points. Okay, question 15. The chemical symbols of which 4 elements spell brainy when placed next to each other? The chemical symbols of which 4 elements spell brainy when placed next to each other? So that is the end of that round then. Let me know now if you want any questions repeated. That'll give everybody a bit more thinking time, of course, if you do ask for a repeat. Several multiple point questions again here. In case you haven't seen it yet, just to make small talk and waffle on a bit while you've got a bit of thinking time, I recently created, very recently, like today, some AI-generated songs and jingles, if you will, for the show. One of which I've shared on Facebook. There's a different one I've shared on TikTok, but I will share it again over on Facebook at some point. And I've had a fair bit of fun with that. There's 3 that I really like that I've got, and you've heard one of them on Facebook today. The other one was shared on TikTok as a story, so it won't be there much longer, but I'm going to share it properly on Facebook as well, which are more rock orientated. Just a bit of fun to help promote what I do, and thought I'd see what it come back with, and yeah, not bad. Took a bit of fiddling around to do, but it's quite clever. So yeah, check that out. It is posted if you haven't seen them already. Alright, anybody like a request for a repeat of a question, please do let me know. Last chance to do that. If not, I'm going to go through the answers. And then we'll see how well you've done for this round. Looks like that could be it. Okay, alright, let's go through the answers. So, question number 1. Which type of bird has the fastest wing beat per minute? It is the hummingbird. To be precise, apparently it's the ruby-throated hummingbird, but obviously hummingbird was enough for a point there. Question 2, what does the abbreviation BPM stand for to a nurse or a doctor? Well, I mentioned it in the question before, wings beat per minute. BPM stands for beats per minute. That is for 3 points, beats per minute, okay? Question 3, the natural disaster that hit the Indian Ocean and 14 surrounding countries in 2004 was a tsunami. Question 4, what names are given to a fully grown male and female deer? They are a buck and a doe. Question 5, Teachings on Desire is a Hindi Sanskrit textbook better known by what name? It is the Kama Sutra. That's about as naughty as these quizzes get. Question 6, which is a good thing. Question 6, which 2 words are used to describe the moon increasing or decreasing in size? It is waxing for increasing and waning for decreasing. You didn't need to say which was which, but waxing and waning, 1 point for each. Question 7, would you weigh more on Earth or on Mars? You would weigh more on Earth. Because Mars's gravity is about 35% that of Earth. So if you stepped on scales on Mars, you would appear 35% lighter. Okay, question number 8. What type of creatures are Max, Snowball and Tiberius in Secret Life of Pets? They are a dog for Max, a Snowball, a rabbit and a hawk for Tiberius. Question 9, which animals gather collectively in a mob? Is it kangaroos, ferrets or elk? It is a mob of kangaroos. It's a business of ferrets and a gang of elk. So kangaroos for another point there. Question 10. Which three types of swan are native to the UK? It's a whooper, a berwick, and a mute swan. Whooper, berwick, and mute. 1 point for each again. Question 11. What's the name of Elon Musk's space exploration corporation? It is SpaceX. Question 12. Which three creatures are mentioned in titles of UK hit singles by Culture Club, by Pink Fong, and by George Michael? So it's Karma Chameleon, Baby Shark by Pink Fong, and George Michael had a song called Monkey. Yeah. So Chameleon, Shark, and Monkey. Question 13. Which creature is the only species where a male carries the unborn offspring? It's a seahorse. Question 14. What is measured with a Geiger counter, a hygrometer, and a seismograph? It is radioactivity, humidity, and earthquake intensity. So radioactivity, humidity, and earthquake intensity. Anything along those lines, 1 point for each. I do need to learn more collective nouns. Yes, there are. There are so many of them, Andy. Obviously, I think basically every species has more than one, if you really look into it. So whilst there'll be one that's more common, there are many that have been given. So yeah, it's a good thing to learn, especially for pub quiz trivia. In fact, probably only for pub quiz trivia. Question 15. The chemical symbols that spell brainy when placed next to each other are boron, radium, indium, and yttrium. Yttrium, obviously, with a Y. So boron, radium, indium, and yttrium for 4 points. So start adding up your scores then. I can tell you now the answer for the countdown conundrum this time was ingenuous. That's a pretty unusual word, I think. Ingenuous. Okay, let me know in the comments how well you did on this round then. And once I've seen your scores, and we've given you all a shout out for that, we'll move on to the history round for round number 2. Let's see how well you did. If you haven't done so already, if you can make it down for the Patreon/Top Fans meetup, which is on Thursday, 28th of December. That's coming up soon. We'll be at the King's Head and Bell for a meal, and then for my usual quiz night there, where you're welcome to join us and have a fun evening, have a few drinks. It'll be a good laugh, I'm sure. We're going to be doing the big quiz night in of the year. So it will be all about trivia from 2023, pretty much. I think with the exception of the music round, that'll probably still be a random mix of songs, because nobody wants a music round of just songs from 2023, or very few people would. But Andy says I got the conundrum about a second before you revealed it. Oh, lucky. Very good. But yeah, if you'd like to come along, do let me know. There is an event set up on the Facebook page. So please do let me know if you can make it down. I can also recommend places for you to stay very nearby if you are interested again. And then we'll probably look to arrange another one in the summer, I imagine. Which I think, I don't want to get too far ahead of myself, but it would be nice if we could do that around August time, because it's a certain significant birthday for me next year. So it'd be nice if it could be around then. That would be really good fun. But we'll talk about it in the Patreon group first, I think, officially. But anyway, that's many, many months away. Don't worry about it for now. Okay, scores are coming in then. So Donuts have got 20 and got the conundrum. Very good. Andy's got 24 plus 2 plus 1 for me, 27 points. Wow, nice one, Andy. Brazilians 18 plus 2 plus 1. Millie says I got 8. Very good. Can we have a spring one between December and August? I think we could. Yeah, we could do it like an Easter kind of one, and then a summer one, and then a Christmassy New Year's kind of one. I think that's a cracking idea. If we can, again, if there's people that want to come down, then we can definitely do 3 a year. That would be amazing. Lots of fun to be had. So yes, I don't want to just wait till summer, but that is when I'd like to have one. Easter themed quiz hunt. We can organise. Yes. Plenty of fun ideas, I'm sure. Well done then on that round, and everybody. Good scores. Andy, you'll note that there's no specific TV or film rounds tonight to make up for the fact I did loads of it last week, or for the last Facebook Live quiz. I know you don't like that, so I switched it up. Okay, still hoping for bingo on the Thursday we meet up. Oh, yes, okay. I don't know what we'll be doing. You want to do bingo on that meetup in the December one, because we normally do the cards on the Thursday, don't we? We'll see. I don't mind changing it up. We'll have to see. But yeah, let me know. I'll have a think about it. I think we could do that. I've talked about switching them for a while now, just for a one-off. So maybe we'll do it then. Okay, so your history round then. 15 more questions. 1 point for each as always. Everything is exactly the same. Just a history round this time instead. And you have got another countdown conundrum. 2 points again if you get that right. And 1 point you can add on to this score if you wish from the kids' question before. If you haven't used it already, of course, or if you want to save it for the next round, which might be a bit trickier. Let's see. Question number 1. Who invented the World Wide Web? Who invented the World Wide Web? That is question number 1. Okay, question number 2 then. Which 3 people have held the office of the Mayor of London? Which 3 people have held the office of the Mayor of London? Yeah, in fairness, just thinking about that, Andy, it probably would be a good idea to do it on that Thursday, because it's sort of a bank holiday week off for a lot of people. Well, most people would have that time off. Not everybody. But normally when it's those kind of bank holiday or event, close to event bingo quiz nights, everybody goes mad for the bingo, and it's like a massive jackpot because it's based on how many tickets we sell, when one person could buy many, many tickets, and all that goes into the jackpot fund. So that might be a good shout, doing bingo that night instead. Yeah, okay. And there isn't a Sunday one, because they're all on like New Year's Eve and Christmas Eve, I think, the Sundays, aren't they? So yeah, there won't be a Sunday one for a couple of weeks over that time. Question number 3 now. What in the Chinese calendar, what is 2023 the year of? Is it the snake, the dragon, or the rabbit? So in the Chinese year or Chinese calendar, what is 2023? Is it the year of the snake, the dragon, or the rabbit? Yes, yeah, and your comments just said the same. No bingo on the Sundays either side. There'll be no quiz on the Sundays either side, because I'm not hosting a quiz night on Christmas Eve or New Year's Eve, and I don't think there'll be people that want it then anyway. But no, I'm definitely not working those days. No chance. I used to do discos on New Year's, but then as the kids have got older, they all want to stay up and we all be together on New Year's Eve, so I don't even do discos New Year's anymore. I haven't done for a good few. So yeah. Question 4 now. Question number 4. Put these royals into the correct order, with the earliest in line for the throne first. Beatrice, Charlotte, Lilibet. Put these royals into the correct order, with the earliest in line for the throne first. Beatrice, Charlotte, Lilibet. So 3 points in total there, assuming they're in the correct order. Question number 5 now. Question 5. Who was the first ever President of the United States of America? Who was the first ever President of the United States of America? Question number 6 now. Question 6. Which decade saw the page 3 girl make her first appearance in the sun? Which decade saw the page 3 girl make her first appearance in the sun? Okay, question number 7 now. Question 7. Which A-list actors were the stars of The Last Samurai, Elizabeth, The Golden Age, and Gladiator? Which A-list actors were the stars of The Last Samurai, Elizabeth, The Golden Age, and Gladiator? Question 8 now. Question 8. Who was the only one of Henry VIII's wives to receive a queen's funeral? Who was the only one of Henry VIII's wives to receive a queen's funeral? I told you it was maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago, maybe it was 2 weeks ago, when Rue's history lesson, so he's in year 5 of primary school, his history lesson was on the 1980s. What I didn't get to tell you was that the week after they studied the 1990s. Oh, good lord. And apparently the whole topic they've been doing all term is the 1900s. So yeah, they were on to the late 1900s. It's awful, isn't it? I mean, it's nice, but at the same time for us who were there, it's like, you can't learn about that in history. I was there. It just feels awful. Right, okay, where was I? Question number 9 now. Question 9. Which King of England signed the Magna Carta? Which King of England signed the Magna Carta? Question number 10 now. This one's for 3 points. The battles of Dunkirk, El Alamein, and Anzio were fought in which countries? The battles of Dunkirk, El Alamein, and Anzio were fought in which countries? I'm going to copy those and put them in the chat, so you can see the spellings. 1 point for each, obviously 3 different countries. Oh, okay, Andy will be back for the next round. No problem, mate. Okay, question 11. Which modern city was the capital of Roman Britain? Which modern city was the capital of Roman Britain? So obviously it had a different name in Latin, but we know it as what? The capital of Roman Britain. Question number 12 now. Lee Harvey Oswald, Jack Ruby, and Sirhan Sirhan were arrested for assassinating which people? Lee Harvey Oswald, Jack Ruby, and Sirhan Sirhan were arrested for assassinating which people? 1 point for each. Question number 13 now. Question 13 is for 2 points. Who played King George VI and Queen Elizabeth in The King's Speech? Who played King George VI and Queen Elizabeth in The King's Speech? Right, question number 14 now. According to the Marvel movies, what were the names of Thor's adopted brother, his older sister, and his mother? According to the Marvel movies, what were the names of Thor's adopted brother, his older sister, and his mother? I mean, it is connected to, like, Norse mythology, so it is technically a history question, but it's just that's how they depicted it. So Thor's adopted brother, his older sister, and his mother for 3 points. All right, in question 15, the final question, which American presidents were given the following code names by the US Secret Service: Mogul, Eagle, and Rawhide? Which American presidents were given these code names by the US Secret Service: Mogul, Eagle, and Rawhide? 1 point for each. Not so secret anymore, I guess. Yes, those are the code names. Name those presidents. Let me know if you want me to repeat a question, because that's the end of that round. And we'll see how well you did. Oh, I've just seen Vernie has shared the quiz. That's lovely. Thank you for that. Much appreciated. Not that I'm browsing Facebook while we wait, but I've got to keep an eye on notifications in case anything crops up urgently, or connected to the quiz and all that. Okay. No more repeats have been requested, or no repeats have been requested. Why is that not working? How frustrating. I'm just trying to get to my beacons link that I could tell you about it, but it doesn't seem to be working. What's going on there? Gonna have to do something about that. That's not good. Maybe if I do that. Well, I have got links everywhere. Maybe the link isn't working for some reason right now, but I will get that sorted. All right, so no requests for repeats have come in, so I'm just going to go through the answers then, and we'll see how well you did. As always, put your scores in the comments as soon as you can. So, question 1. Who invented the World Wide Web? It was Tim Berners-Lee. Not to be confused with the internet. The internet is not the same thing as the World Wide Web, and the internet was first, and the World Wide Web is on the internet. Tim Berners-Lee invented the World Wide Web. Question 2. Which 3 people have held the office of the Mayor of London? It's Ken Livingstone, Boris Johnson, and Sadiq Khan. Question 3. Will 2023 in China be the year of the snake, the dragon, or the rabbit? It is the year of the rabbit. Question 4. Putting the royals in the correct order. Earliest in line of the throne first, Charlotte, then Lilibet, then Beatrice. So Charlotte is 3rd in line, Lilibet is 7th in line, and then Beatrice 9th in line. Question 5. Who was the first ever president of the United States of America? It is George Washington. Question 6. The decade that saw the Page 3 Girl make their first appearance in The Sun was the 1970s. Andy's back again, thank you. Glad you made it. Good timing. Question 7. Which A-list actors were the stars of The Last Samurai, Elizabeth the Golden Age, and Gladiator? It is Tom Cruise, Cate Blanchett, and Russell Crowe. For 3 points, of course. Question 8. Who was the only one of Henry VIII's wives to receive a Queen's funeral? That was Jane Seymour. Question 9. Which King of England signed the Magna Carta? That was King John. Question 10. The battles of Dunkirk, El Alamein, and Anzio were fought in which countries? That was France, Egypt, and Italy. Question 11. Which modern city was the capital of Roman Britain? It was Colchester. In Latin, it was Cadmulodunum. Cadmulodunum. Yeah, something like that. Question 12. Lee Harvey Oswald, Jack Ruby, and Sirhan Sirhan were arrested for assassinating which people? Is John F. Kennedy, Lee Harvey Oswald, and Robert F. Kennedy. Who'd get into American politics, eh? Question 13. Who played King George VI and Queen Elizabeth in The King's Speech? It's Colin Firth and Helena Bonham Carter. Queen Elizabeth, because she was married to King George VI, she then becomes Queen Elizabeth, the Queen Mother, I think the full title was. Yes, not to be confused with Queen Elizabeth II. Question 14. According to Marvel movies, what was the name of Thor's adopted brother, his older sister, and his mother? Loki, which has had 2 excellent series on Disney Plus of his own. Hela, H-E-L-A, was his sister, and Frigga, F-R-I-G-G-A, that was his mother's name. Question 15. Which American presidents were given these code names by the US Secret Service? Mogul was Donald Trump, Eagle was Bill Clinton, Rawhide was Ronald Reagan. So, start tallying up those scores. The answer to this countdown conundrum was secretary. Two points for that one. If you got secretary again, and you still got, some of you will still have a bonus point to use from Rue's question earlier on about the word of the year. So tally up those scores, let me know in the comments, and then we'll move on to round 3, which is our double D round. That's all ready to go. Let's see how well you did though. Get some scores in the comments, and then we can move on to that next round. And yes, although the link doesn't appear to be working at the moment in the video, please remember that if you are anywhere on social media, at Big Quiz Night In is where you will find me, because I am pretty much everywhere now. So do give us a follow if you use more than Facebook. Here we go then. So Britzillions, 19 plus 2, very good. Donuts have got 22, got the conundrum, excellent. 10 points for Andy, not bad for half a round. No, not bad at all. Very good. Any more for any more, let me know in the comments. Of course, I'll give you a shout out anyway, but I am going to flick over now to the next round. But keep those comments coming in regardless. So, there we go. The next countdown conundrum is on screen. 2 more points if you can work that one out. This one's probably the trickiest one of the 3, I would say. Yeah. Okay, now this round, double D. So every answer is 2 words. Both words begin with a D, hence the name of the round. Okay, so that means it's 15. It's 15 points for this round. 1 point for each question, not 1 point for each word, because you need to get both words to earn a point, okay? So there's only going to be 15 points available. Pretty low scoring round in that sense, but a good mix of trivia covered. It's just that every answer, both words begin with a D. So here we go then. Question number 1. Which double D played Fox Mulder in The X-Files? Which double D played Fox Mulder in The X-Files? For 1 point. Question number 2 now. Which double D is a skipping game using 2 ropes? Which double D is a skipping game using 2 ropes? And no, Andy, it's not Sam Fox. For that first one. Nah. That was a different kind of X-Files. Sorry. Moving on. Question 3. Which double D had a UK hit with Ordinary World in 1993? Which Double D had a UK hit with Ordinary World in 1993? Question number 4 now. Which Double D is a movie character played by Jake Gyllenhaal? Which Double D is a movie character played by Jake Gyllenhaal? You know, there is definitely something wrong with that Beacons website. I'm quite annoyed about that. It's literally the main link for everything I use to promote myself. And I guess maybe the whole site's gone down. I don't know. Question number 5 now. Which Double D created Robinson Crusoe? Which Double D created Robinson Crusoe? Was there anyone before Sam Fox? I don't know. Which Double D for question 6 was the driver of the Mean Machine racing car? Which Double D was the driver of the Mean Machine racing car? Oh, Millie's back. Her Wi-Fi keeps cutting out. Oh no. How rude of all the nights for that to happen. Your next question then. Question number 7. Which Double D was the host of Bargain Hunt? Which Double D was the host of Bargain Hunt? It keeps saying the live has ended, and it's definitely your network, I'm afraid. That's very annoying. Oh, and Jan's managed to join now. That's good. Welcome, mate. We're doing a Double D round. All the answers are 2-word answers. Both of those words begin with a D, but you only get 1 point for each question, so you have to get both words to get the point. Question 8. Which Double D took the Israelites into the UK pop charts? Which Double D took the Israelites into the UK pop charts? Question number 9. Which Double D played the ringmaster in Disney's live-action Dumbo movie? Which Double D played the ringmaster in Disney's live-action Dumbo movie? Mind you, she sung Nothing's Gonna Stop Me Now, which was fantastic. Oh, Stock Aitken and Waterman song. Okay. I'll take your word for it. I can't think of what that is for now. I'll check it out afterwards. It's not exactly one that's in my regular rotation. Nor does it get requested when I'm DJing, I'm afraid, either. Even though I play a lot of oldies. All kinds of songs. Question number 10 now. Question 10. Which American state and its state capital both begin with the letter D? Which American state and its state capital both begin with the letter D? Question 11. Which Double D is the arch enemy of the Fantastic Four? Which Double D is the arch enemy of the Fantastic Four? Question 12 now. Which double D is the MP for Holton, Price and Howden who helped to lead the UK out of the EU? Laughing at not in regular rotation, no. It wasn't on my Spotify Wrapped this year, I hate to break it to you. No. Although I'm pretty sure they got it wrong. I'm pretty sure my Spotify Wrapped was wrong this year. There must have been an error with how they worked it all out. Because 2 through 10 was okay. But my number 1, I mean, I know my Spotify account's shared in the house, but there's no way that both of us listened to Tracy Chapman that much. That's very odd for that to be at the top of my Unwrapped, or Spotify Wrapped, whatever it's called. Very strange. The rest of it's fine. But that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, moving on. Right, question 13 now. Question 13. Which double D is the winner of 18 National TV Awards since 2001? Which double D is the winner of 18 National TV Awards since 2001? It's a person's name. It might even be more than that. This round isn't too old actually. It might not be. Let's just check. Oh, it is more than that. It is more than that. I have not heard about Ronnie O'Sullivan's record, no. Wow, okay, it's a lot more than 18. I take it back. They have won a lot more. It's like 45 awards across multiple. This person's won. Yeah, multiple categories. It's a lot. Still, there's nobody else that's done anything like that, so the number is almost irrelevant. He's both the... Oh, yes, I did see that. You're right. Yeah, Ronnie O'Sullivan's both the youngest and the oldest player to win the trophy. He just makes it look so easy. And I think to him at this point it is easy for him. Like, he's got every right to be as arrogant as he is in these interviews. Because I've seen him recently being interviewed about it. I totally forgot it was this record. But yeah. Yeah, mental. Right, the next question was question 14. Which double D performed Misalou for Quentin Tarantino? Which double D performed Misalou, or Misalou? Misalou, I think it's Misalou, for Quentin Tarantino. Yeah, it's the Misalou or Misalou is the Pulp Fiction theme song. I'll give you a bit of help there. The main theme song used for Pulp Fiction. Question 15, then the final question in the double D round. With which double D works wonders? Ah, yes, that's it. Which double D works wonders according to its TV ad? Which double D works wonders according to its TV ad? So let me know if you need any of those repeated. That's the end of the round, and of course you need a little bit more time on that countdown conundrum. So any repeats you ask of me will give everybody a bit more thinking time. And then we can move on to a really interesting question, I think, for our survey says, and then a different category as well for catchphrase, which I hope you like. Jan says, well, I know which double D does wonders for me, but the answer would not be PG friendly. Yeah, well, I was waiting for somebody to make that joke. Or a similar one. Question 12 again was, which double D is the MP for Holton, Price and Howden who helped to lead the UK out of the EU? I don't mind asking questions in quizzes about politics, but we will leave our opinions of politics at the door before we come in. I can't say the same for how I am at the pub. But then I'm around local people who would vote in the same constituency as me, so if I can get my point across, I damn well will. I try not to, but sometimes I can't help it. But no, nobody wants to get into those debates online. Anyway. Jan says you can always count on me, Chris. Yeah, I know, mate. Any more when it comes to repeats, please do let me know. Last chance. And that particularly tricky countdown conundrum. Okay, let's go through the answers. Question number 1, which Double D played Fox Mulder in the X-Files? It is David Duchovny. Question 2, which Double D is a skipping game using 2 ropes? It's called Double Dutch. Question 3, which Double D was a UK hit with Ordinary World in 1993? Duran Duran. Question 4, which Double D is a movie character played by Jake Gyllenhaal? That is Donnie Darko. Question 5, which Double D created Robinson Crusoe? That was Daniel Defoe. Question 6, which Double D was the driver of the Mean Machine racing car? That was in the Wacky Races, of course, Dick Dastardly. Question 7, which Double D was the host of Bargain Hunt? That was David Dickinson. Question 8, which Double D took the Israelites into the UK pop charts? That's Desmond Dekker. Question 9, which Double D played the ringmaster in Disney's live-action Dumbo movie? That was Danny DeVito. Question 10, which American state and its state capital both begin with the letter D? It is Dover in Delaware. Question 11, which Double D is the arch-enemy of the Fantastic Four? That is Doctor Doom. Question, apparently Henry Cavill's going to play him for Marvel. I can't see it myself. I like him, but I don't think that's going to work. I can't see it. That's the main rumour I've seen. Question 12, which Double D is the MP for Holton, Price and Howden? That's David Davis. Question 13, which Double D is the winner of multiple NTA awards since 2001? It is Declan Donnelly. Yeah, I think him and Ant have won 45. According to the article, I just very briefly double checked, so it's a lot more than 18. Question 14, which Double D performed Mizzaloo for Quentin Tarantino? It was by Dick Dale. And question 15, which Double D works wonders according to its TV ad? It was Double Diamond. I think quite a tricky round, that. But tally up your scores anyway. The answer for the countdown conundrum, whilst you're doing that, and for an extra 2 points, is exclaimer. So, put your scores in the comments. Let's see how well you did. It's only 1 point per question, so it's not going to be a particularly high scoring round anyway. So 15 points in total you could have got there, plus 2 for the conundrum, plus 1 if you haven't used your kids' bonus question yet. And you got the question right at the start, of course. Let's see those scores. 3 for Millie, well done. 4 for Jan, 2 points for the conundrum as well, very good. That was a pretty tough one. Donuts got 12 and got the conundrum, great round. They like that one, okay. Oh yes, okay, yeah, you had Wi-Fi problems as well. That's fair enough, Millie. A mere 11 for Brazilians. It's not. You only got 4 wrong. That's not that bad. But still, well done. No half points. I had Delaware, but not Dover. No, Andy, no half points. No, I said that at the start. 1 point for the whole question. Both words needed. If it was in any other round, then it would have been 2 points for that question. But no. Not for this one. You get the credit for getting that right, but you don't get a point. No half points. I used to do half points in the pub quiz when people were close, but it just got too picky and people started kicking off when some got half points for things and then other people didn't get half points for things. It's like, do you know what? Nah, you just got to get it exactly right. I'm not going to bother with it anymore. That was a long time ago, mind you. Andy says, anyway, 8 plus 2, so that's 10. Excellent stuff. All right, well, again, keep those comments coming. We're going to move on to the next page now. And we'll play Our Survey Says. And your question is at the top. So feel free to just put some guesses in the chat. This has come from a concept which I'm going to share on my TikTok at some point, which is to pose the question, which animated character would you like to have on your pub quiz team? So like, who out of all the animated characters you can think of, you think would be a good addition to your pub quiz team? Whether it would just be for fun of it or for actual knowledge, doesn't matter. So I thought that would be a lot of fun, and that's come from this idea of a survey question I found. Name an animated character who's known for being smart. And there's a good list of them out there. I've only taken the top 7 from this survey result. So you need to work out what they are. Guess in the comments this time. And you can give yourself a point for every one you get correct, of course. Just for fun. Let's see how many of them you get. Okay, so we've got some guesses coming in now. I'll reveal them as we go. Millie says Dexter from Dexter's Lab. Is that one of them? It's not there. I tell you, that is, I think it was, is it 8 or 9? I had a top 10 list. It was a bigger survey this time. I think it was 8 or 9. It was definitely there. Not sure if I spelt it right, but Geppetto from Pinocchio. Nope, not there. Brain from Pinky and the Brain, says Jan. Oh, if only they were watching. Gabby and her boyfriend, they're Pinky and the Brain, aren't they? That is number 7 on the list. So that was the lowest one, but it is there. Sue says Penfold. Oh, Danger Mouse and Penfold. Not there, I'm afraid. I might need to give you some help on this one. I had a feeling it might be a bit tricky. But yeah, keep thinking. You've still got time. Oh, Megamind's good as well, but Megamind's not there, I'm afraid. Not Megamind. Oh, Lisa Simpson, mate. Oh, that was definitely in the top 10. But it's not there either. Not Lisa Simpson. There is, I mean, in fairness, there's quite a lot of them when you really look into it. Iron Man. Iron Man's not there, but there is a superhero on the list. There is a superhero on the list. There might be other heroic characters, but there is one superhero. Pete says Professor Pat Pending. Patent pending. Not there. Jan says Batman. Is that the superhero on the list? It is. Good stuff. Yeah, Batman. Batman is on the list. I'll give you some clues from the others. I would say two of the characters have been going for a few decades. Jan says Donatello from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. He's on a roll. That's number 6. That's one of them. There's another one that's been going for a long time as a cartoon, an even longer time, in fact. A character from a certain gang. Ed says Rick Sanchez. Is Rick Sanchez there? That is the top answer, my friend. Rick from Rick and Morty. Top answer. He'd probably be my pick for pub quiz team as well. Be hilarious. Also, he'd probably know everything. You just give him the answer sheet. I reckon that'll be a winner. Inspector Gadget. Oh, it's a throwback, isn't it? I love that. I'm afraid it's not there, though. Good guess. Good guess. It's not there. One of them is more. Let me see. Two of them now are. No, one of them's more modern, post 2000, I would say. The others are older. Yes, considerably for one of them. Jerry from Tom and Jerry was, I think that was the other one in the top 10. He does always outsmart Tom. You're right. Not there. Very close to, but not there. Yes. Okay, I'm going to give you some more clues then to hurry this one up. So, Ben 10. No, Ben 10's not there. So, number 5 is yellow. There's a clue for that one. Oh, Top Cat's a good shout as well. Top Cat is not there. I like it, but no. Velma from Scooby-Doo. Wow, there's a good shout. You got it. That was the older character. Very good. So, you've got one. Number 5 is a yellow character. Number 2 is the more modern one. Who's part of a certain family. Yellow, Banana Man. No, the other yellow cartoon. The other yellow one. April O'Neil? No. She wore yellow. The character for number 5 is actually yellow. Not SpongeBob. I'm loving the typos though. SpongeBob, that's what he's called in France, right? That's the French word for him because he's so good. No? Okay. Well, I cracked myself up. Right, so, yes, number 5, the character is genuinely yellow. As is almost every other character in the show. Come on, you must know now. If you know that show in particular. And it's not Lisa Simpson. Ant says Brian. Brian's incorrect. There's a smarter character in that same show. In that same family that made the list. The Adventure Time guy? No. Bernie from Sesame Street? No. Alright. Last few guesses. It was a typo. I know it was a typo. SpongeBob. Stevie, no, I know it's Stewie, yes. Ed says Stewie, yes, it is Stewie. Hold on a minute, let me just go back. Stewie Griffin from Family Guy is number 2. Right, number 5 is a Simpsons character who is yellow, who is super smart. Oh, I can remember Stewie, yeah. In fairness, this Simpsons character is probably quite an obscure one by modern Simpsons standards. I haven't watched it in a long time. I'm going to tell you what it is. I think your time's up because we want to move on to catchphrase. I've done some good ones for that as well this time. It is Professor Frink. Professor Frink. You'll recognise him. You just might not have known that was his name, but you would recognise him if you saw him. Okay. Good effort, though, everybody. You got the others quite nicely there. And we are going to move on now to our catchphrase round. So, I've got an example to show you first for this one, so you understand the concept of what we're going to do, because you might not have seen these before, these puzzles. But if I show you an obvious one, or what I think is a more obvious one, then you might stand a chance of working out the others a bit easier. And we'll just do as many as we can do in the next 5-10 minutes. Yeah. So the example is this. So if you saw that, who would you say that is? If that was representing cartoon characters, who would you say that is? Let me know in the chat. I think it's pretty obvious. I think it's pretty obvious based on the far left 2. But basically, behind the grid, I've got 3 more of those, maybe 4 more actually. Yes, yeah, it's The Simpsons. So I've got 4 more of these for you to guess, but obviously they're behind the grid. So you have to get the questions right to reveal, and then you guess, okay? So that is The Simpsons. So that's your example. No more help. You understand the concept now. We are going to do... Let's do this one first. Right. So I'll ask a question. If you get it right in the comments, I'll then reveal a square and you can just guess. Bonus points for Brits. Yeah, all right. You can just guess away. There's no specific order or anything anymore for this round. You just guess as often as you like. But your question to start revealing squares: whose face was said to launch 1,000 ships? Let's spin the wheel and see which square we're going to reveal. You have to get this question right first to kick us off. And we're going to be removing number 4. Okay, all right. So let's go back to the chat then and see whose face was said to have launched 1,000 ships. It's not Cleopatra. It is a history question, but it's not Cleopatra. No? Nobody? Really? There was a film that featured her. Yes. The Troy woman. What was her name? Not Amberlynn, no. Pete's got it. It is Helen of Troy. Well done. Right, let's remove number 4. That's number 4. Now, I think some of these you might get very quickly. Depends on what square's revealed. But you can have a guess now. I'm going to ask the next question. Even if you guess, anybody can guess what the catchphrase is, what the picture is behind there now. But I'm going to ask the next question. And we'll use that for the next one if somebody gets it immediately. Okay, so the next question is... in which city could you see the Liberty Bell? This is United States, okay? So in which city in the United States could you see the Liberty Bell? It's not Three Men and a Little Lady. No, it's not South Park. No. And the answer to the question is not Atlantic City. It's not New York. It's not Boston. No. Keep those guesses coming in. It is Philadelphia. Well done, Ed. Excuse me. Yeah. It is Philadelphia in Pennsylvania. Number 2 then. Okay, let's get number 2 out of the way. And your next question, again, you can guess what the picture is as well. Your next question... right, what would a creature eat if it was a frugivore? What would a creature eat if it was a frugivore? So herbivore, veg, plants, yeah. Carnivores, meat. Pete's got it there very quickly. Fruit. And it's got to be TMNT, Ed says. Okay, so yes, fruit is the correct answer. Well done, everybody. I'm going to reveal number 7 because I'd already spun the wheel. And now I can tell you that yes, Ed is correct. That is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Let's reveal the rest of the picture so you can see what it looks like. There we go, there's those ones. There we go. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Good one, Ed. Okay, let's reset the board. And I'll move on to the next one. So well done, you've got that one out of the way. Let's go to the next one then, and the next wheel. There we go. Okay, next question then is, which nation's rugby union side are called the Eagles? So it's the country, okay? Which nation's rugby union side are called the Eagles? Big TMNT fan. Oh, Lord, Ian says. And yes, Ed, me too. Excellent taste. So the Eagles rugby union side, it is indeed USA, or America is fine, I guess, as well. Even, yeah, all right, given the context, it's fine. So I'm going to remove number 1. Keep those guesses coming in then. Let me just reactivate that. Here we go. There's the first one. Next question is, at which university do the boys of the Big Bang Theory work? At which university do the boys of the Big Bang Theory work? It's not big. Nope. Jan says Caltech to answer that question. That is correct. Well done. It is Caltech, and Millie as well. Good one. Spinning the wheel then. We are going to remove the square number 7. Interesting. Okay. It's big and it's not clever. No. Keep on going. Can you work out what that one is? I'm going to ask you the next question now, but do guess away. Your next question then, which is the largest South American country in the world by area? It's not a biased question at all, is it? Which is the largest South American country in the world by area? I'm going to start spinning the wheel now because I know some of you are going to get this pretty quickly. In fact, I hope all of you do, and it looks like most of you are. Yay, it's Brazil. Okay, we're going to remove number 4 this time. Oh, all on the left side. Interesting. Well, have a guess if you worked out. The next question then is, let's bring up the next question. Which famous artist, a painter, was quoted as saying, "I paint objects as I think them, not as I see them"? I typed in the name and instead of showing the answer, it tagged my favourite restaurant in Swindon, Rios, Brazil. I've never even heard of that one. I've been to... Oh, okay. You'd have to... I'll have to check that one out. We're after the name of the film, and actually, Millie's gone Genie from Aladdin. That is indeed, you've got it right, the Genie from Aladdin, that is the correct answer. That is the genie on the left, and the answer in total is Aladdin, because there's the other characters you could have had. Aladdin and Jasmine. Very good, well done. You got that one right then. Okay, alright, so what we'll do now is reset that board again. And reset the wheel. And we go to the next one. The answer to that question, which I think some of you got there, yes, it's come up on one side of the chat. Picasso. Yeah, well, I mean, once you realise that the blue one is the genie, you know, love the Robin Williams role in that animation. Yes, it's iconic. It is one of the absolute best. So, the next one is now ready to go. And yes, some of you said Picasso, and that's correct. So I'm just going to spin and remove the first square, okay, to reward that. Melly says, I was in a belly dance show at the weekend, so have been studying the Aladdin soundtrack for months. Oh my goodness, all right. There we go then, all right. it's amazing how people know the answers to some of these questions. There is number 7 removed. Your next question. Which fruit is playfully called a love apple? Which fruit is playfully called a love apple? You can guess that, or you can guess the catchphrase. We've got one more picture to go after this. We might just have time for it. Millie's gone for South Park. She's guessed something already for this one. Feel free to keep guessing that love apple, though. We do need to know the answer for that one. It was guessed earlier on. This time it actually is South Park. Of all the squares to reveal, look at this, right? So obviously any of those and any of these would have given you clues for that. But I was really hoping you'd get 1, 2 or 3 because there's absolutely nothing up there. You didn't. It went straight for 7. Oh, okay. Anyway, guess the love apple question for me, please, because that means we've got time for the last one. Okay. And this one I think is the trickiest of them all. Let me reset the board again. And pop the sound back on. And the wheel. Good. Right, okay. So, I'll just remind you of that question again. It's worth a guess. Which fruit is playfully called a love apple? Oh, I knew South Park but couldn't get love apple. Oh, that's alright. Nobody's got this one right so far. Nobody's guessed it yet. I mean, it is red. Some people sometimes forget that it is a fruit. No, Ed. As in life? No. Hold on. Read the question again. Oh, where are we? Which fruit is playfully called a love apple? Tomato. Yes, Andy. We got there in the end. Right, let's remove a square, shall we? The tomato is playfully called a love apple. Knowledge is knowing that it's a fruit. Wisdom is knowing not to put it in a fruit salad. Number 5, we're going to remove him. Right, smack bang in the middle. Oh, hang on a minute. I haven't swapped him over, have I? There you go. That's my fault. That's the one you want. I think some of you might get that very quickly, actually, now I've revealed that one. There's nothing lovely about tomatoes. Do you know, I don't really like them when they're raw, but when they're cooked, you've got like sauces that you can make for pasta and stuff. I love all that. Any kind of sauces, but I don't really like them raw. It's not Scooby-Doo. It is not Scooby-Doo. Your next question is... let's do... Who famously said, England expects every man to do his duty? Who famously said, England expects every man to do his duty? Stop. No, she's not got it right this time. It is not Scooby-Doo. Yeah, and ketchup, of course. Ketchup, like tomatoes and ketchup. Yeah, exactly. Who famously said, England expects every man to do his duty? It's a history question. Real person. A real person from our history. He was an he was an admiral. He was an admiral. Probably one of the most famous ones. Bad enough with Gabby when she's here, mastermind. Yeah, I know, Anne. It was... Okay, we've got some guesses. Yeah, Gabby always gets catchphrases really quickly, doesn't she? Yeah. Queen Elizabeth I is incorrect. And yes, Admiral, it is Admiral Lord Nelson. Well done to Vernia and Pete. Let's see which one I'm going to be removing now. And it's going to be number 8. Okay, alright, let's go with number 8. I'm not going to give you any clues. I'm really tempted to, but I'm not going to. Okay, the next question. What did Kanye West and Kim Kardashian choose for their firstborn child? What name did Kanye West and Kim Kardashian choose for their firstborn child? It's not Scrappy 2. Northwest, yes. Northwest is correct. They called their firstborn child North, meaning that child's name. Yeah, they've got 4 children they had. Yeah, I only know that because the question's in front of me and I'm only asking you for one of their names. That was the easiest one. They have 4, I think. Or they had 4. Number 2 then is to be removed from the board, so it's all going to be for the one character then. I'm a big Kardashians fan. Well, Millie, somebody's got to, I suppose. Are you the reason they're famous? You're the one person watching everything they do. That's okay. Each to their own. Right, so there you go. That whole central column is now being revealed. Can you work out what this is? There's obviously more than one character there, but you're only seeing the one. Let's go to the next question. Oh, the other names were Saint, Psalm, and Chicago West. Apparently. Which country is home to the world's longest bridge? Jan, it's not the Jetsons. That is an interesting guess, though. It's not Wallace and Gromit either. Why does everybody think that's a dog in the middle? It's not. It's not Chewy. Oh my goodness. Yes, China is home to the world's longest bridge. Good one. Okay, so Millie and Pete, you both got the points there. The middle one looks like Rosie the robot. You are partially right. There you go. I'll give you another clue. Here is number 3. Oh, the Dangyang Kunshan. Well done. Very good knowledge there. Oh, that didn't help at all, did it? Not really. Right, okay. Maybe just a touch. Let's go through to the next question then. Name the brown wizard that featured in the Hobbit movies. Name the brown wizard that featured in the Hobbit movies. It might feature in the books, The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. I don't know that for certain, but I do know he only features in the Hobbit movies. The wizard that is the brown. What is the name of that character? Oh my god, yes, Ed is defo right. Ah, yes, China, and it's got to be Bender there, Futurama. Yes, well done. I'm glad I saw Millie's comment, because Ed's comment had scrolled past by the time I got back to this. This is harder than the quiz, no fair. Let's reveal the board then. This is Futurama. 1, 4, 6, 7, and 9. There's Fry on the left, Bender the robot in the middle. So you were right there, Jan. It was a robot. And Leela in with the purple hair on the right there. Love this new style of questions. Good. I can get loads more of these. We'll do more next time. I'm glad I've stumbled onto something that works nicely here. I could see Flip's head peeking out. I thought you might get it with the purple hair, because when that's there, you could just see the purple line across the top. So I thought you might get it from that one. Ant says, I'm staying up later than my bedtime for this. Sheesh, I really appreciate it. Type of questions you're actually good at for once. Excellent. Alright guys, well there you go. Thank you for sticking with us. I'm glad you enjoyed your evening. And yes, Ant, you are free to go to bed now. That has brought us to the end of the show. Please do like and or give a good positive emoji reaction to the video before you move on. Tell a friend, share this with somebody. If you know somebody that uses social media more than what you do, tell them that there's quiz stuff on there and that it's from Big Quiz Night In, and it's great because I really do appreciate it. Getting a little bit more interest from other people and Patreon as well, which is always nice. So yes, awesome show again, massive hugs to all, yes. And remember, the 28th, Thursday the 28th, come down to the King's Head and Bell. You can be your own team, you don't have to sit and join everybody if you don't want to, but do be there and say hello and take part in what will be a big quiz night in of the year, potentially with a game of bingo at the end of it. Missed the DD round, was hoping Dwayne Dibley was there. I know, mate. If I do another one, I'll get Dwayne Dibley as one of the answers for sure. That's a really good shout, actually. Brilliant quiz, thank you very much. Brilliant catchphrase round. Yes, well, I'll do more of those then. There's millions of them I can get, so that's great. I'm glad it's worked out nicely. And good night to you all. I think that is it. And I'm very much looking forward to the 28th, yes. And we've also got a Christmas quiz coming up here. The last Tuesday before Christmas will be the Christmas special on Facebook Live. Millie's booked the 29th of work. Do you know, I'll let you in on the secret. I am off work, my day job, after the 13th. That's my last day of the office job. I'm very excited for that. I've got loads of gigs, don't get me wrong. But yeah, that'd be nice. That's just me though. I'll go up against Britzillions and smash them. Excellent stuff. I can't wait. Right, take care everybody. I will see you all same time next time for more of the same fun. Cheers. Good night.